You got to be quick around here. Hey, good evening.
Hi, Stacy Armato, 208 28th Street. Lately, I've been fielding a lot of the oil questions, and one question that I just can't answer are related to the mock jury trials. So I asked our city attorney if we could go ahead and release those, and apparently they're still under an attorney-client privilege that can only be lifted by the 5 of you. So I'm asking if you would mind, in 2 weeks at the next meeting, if you could agendize discussing lifting the attorney-client privilege on those mock jury trials so we can have better information on that. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I have a question here for the city attorney regarding that. I don't really understand this because the mayor has already partially released some of that information. So how can one individual have the authority to release documents that are protected, and then when others ask to see all the documents, we're told that, no, you can't do that? I'm just trying to figure out why, if it's been made public, we wouldn't just make them public.
The attorney-client privilege is held by the city as an entity. You are the client. And the 5 of you acting as a body, as a city council, your actions reflect and represent the actions of the client. You are the embodiment, in other words, of the municipal corporation that is this city. Official actions can only be taken by the city council acting as a body, not by any one individual. No individual on this council is empowered or authorized to waive the attorney-client privilege. Only the council can, as a body, waive the privilege. It may be that from time to time an utterance is made, something is revealed that's not authorized by the body. That does not represent a waiver of the privilege. Only the council can waive the privilege. You've been asked to waive the privilege. You can certainly do that. And if you do that, we can make some information available. And that would be entirely up to you and your discretion. I know that there was some partial information that was publicized. It was not by any stretch the entirety of the report. The case law says that a disclosure of a portion of an attorney-client privilege document does not represent a waiver. And in this instance, it couldn't have represented a waiver because the city council didn't authorize it. So, as it stands now, from a legal point of view, it has not been waived.
Disclosed. I'm confused by this because you're saying only this body can approve the release of that information. This body did not approve the release of that information. An individual released the information that was. So I'm a little confused. So tell me why. And tell me, once we open that door, how we can then pull it back and say, I'm sorry, that was my little, my little nugget, and we're not going to release any more information. Yet in that presentation, which was under the guise of State of the City, it was a key component of that in terms of where we were and why decisions were made. And I'm just trying to understand how an individual could do that without consulting with this body as to the appropriateness or inappropriateness of it, and why that wouldn't consider some sort of breach.
Okay, that's a different question. And perhaps that question is best directed at your colleagues. I don't really have an answer to it. I will tell you that as a legal matter, that the disclosure did not, in my judgment, waive the attorney-client privilege. That rests with the City Council. You are the client. If you wish to waive the privilege, if you believe there is no reason to not disclose the information, if you think that fairness and community debate and dialogue dictates doing so, then you should agendize it for your next meeting, and you should do so. But I